All right. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? Another fantastic day for trading. It is March 28th, 2023. This is the Lang Trading Chat Room. As always, if you knew it's going to go something like this, I'm going to start off. I'm going to look at the SPY and the QQQ, determine our market bias, pick which way we think the markets are going to head today. After that, I'm going to review the favorites list. This is right here on the right hand side of the screen. We got green ideas are long, red ideas are short. After we review that list, it will begin. It will be time to begin day trading. So once we review this list, we'll start trading. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns throughout the stream, make sure you type it up in the chat log. I will get right to it. Make sure you guys are always practicing proper money management, following your own trading plan. This is a very challenging business. You're not going to get rich quick. You're not going to earn while you learn. You got to do it the right way. Start off with very small risk, like $5 to $10 per trade, and then incrementally work your way up till you're at a full 1% risk, which is $500 to $1,000 per trade. So you got to do it the right way. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of hard work, but it is worth it. This is a very rewarding business. And now that we got the fundamentals out of the way, let's get into some trading, guys. So I had quite the choppy day yesterday. Just sold off in the morning a little bit. Just chopped around all day. So now we're getting a gap completely under yesterday's bar. A little bit of void down to 390, but I mean we have a heap of moving averages. Just about every moving average that we can have is right there. So I'm expecting a little bit of chop, especially above 393, 394. I think it's going to chop around in that area. If we get down under 394, we do have a little bit of room to drop. Maybe we see 390, but I don't think we're going to be that bearish today. Kind of just going into today with a slightly bearish bias. I could see us selling off, putting in a bottoming tail, and closing up a little bit higher. So it's going to be looking for that relative strength. Not going to be jumping into anything early. Going to kind of let the market show us its hand, show us where the market's going to be at today, and we'll kind of take it from there. So, yeah. So let's dive into this long list right here. Just 1 second. Got to get the chat log up here. All right. Boom. All right. First up on the list is BABA, BABA. So this thing's gapping up about 11%, clearing. It's clearing. I mean, multiple pivots. Really getting over that trend line now, over the 200 period moving average. So we should have room up to about this $100 mark, right at this 50 period moving average comes into play up there. That's where the top of this red bar is. So we should have quite a bit of room to run up on BABA. So going to be keeping an eye on this one early. One of the better gaps of the day. Next up is Paramount, P-A-R-A. This is another pretty nice gap. I got a little bit of room up to that $23 area. So I like it up to there. A little bit of I don't really like it over that. I mean, that's a pretty solid area of resistance. You can see how it used to be support. Now the floor became the ceiling. Now it's an area of resistance. So coming up here, you got to expect that it's going to be another area of resistance. So maybe we trade it up to 23, but it's going to be a little bit tough to get it over unless it really just gets going. But not a ton of range on this one. So, yeah, I like the gap, especially in a market that's gapping down, but a little bit of resistance up there that we got to be mindful about. Next up is MKC. This is another pretty nice gap. It is in a bit of a downtrend, but gapping over multiple pivots over these moving averages. No pivots on this hourly chart. I mean, I guess you could call this pivot right here about $79. $79 right about there. Really the only area of resistance that I'm worried about. If we get over that, it should have easy room up to $80. So keeping an eye on the MKC. I do like this one. So, all right, guys. So market is open. Market is open. So as always, make sure you're practicing proper money management. Make sure you have a trading plan and you follow that plan. All right. So next up on the long list is SE. It was like C Limited or C Limited. This one's a pretty nice. This might be my favorite gap of the day. I'm not gonna lie. I really like this one. It wasn't a stage one. We're in an early stage two, gapping up over this little consolidation up here. No resistance until like 94 bucks. So plenty of range on this. So keeping an eye on SE. I really like this one higher, guys. So watch it. Next up on the short list is Apple AAPL. Needs to show some weakness. I mean, if it breaks down under this like 157 area, I like it, but I really would like to see a little more weakness out of this thing before I'm going short on it. So watch it. I'm gonna need to see that relative weakness. Coin. This one was actually looked a little bit better in the pre-market, closer to 61. So I'm not taking this above 60, honestly. That's the line in the sand on coin. If it's above 60, I will not take it. Below that, I'll look for an entry down to about 52 or something. Next idea on the short list is Home Depot HD. Another one where I'm going to need it to get under the 280 mark. That's the line for this one. So under that area, I like it. And I'm also going to need to see some more volume. Not doing a ton of volume in the pre-market. So two things I need out of HD, under that 280 area and more volume before I'm trading that. All right. Let's see about this thing. Throw that on the list. All right, ITCI. This one doesn't look too bad. Pretty nice gap. A little bit of a wide range gap at 15%, but it is in a nice area. If it can get over this $55 mark, should have room to run up a little bit. The pre-market's all the way up in 58, so should have some range here. So keep an eye on this ITCI. It doesn't look too bad. Next up, we got Oxy. Oxy is running into this trend line, so got to be very careful with that. And right here, you can see as well as a 50-period moving average. So a couple of issues with Oxy, the trend line, that moving average. So not a clear void. Got a little bit of a resistance up here as well. So not really liking Oxy a whole lot. It's going to really need to do something special for me to get into that thing. And then last but not least on the list is VKTX. This one is honestly, I'm gonna replace that with Monster. I don't like it. I mean, it's a pharmaceutical stock. It's already done its average range in the first 5 minutes. It's not gonna be tradable. I usually don't trade those. I'm just gonna take it off, put it on the backup list, replace it with this Monster MNST. Just kind of peekaboo up at that resistance. If it gets over there, I really like it. And this thing's been consolidating for a while, so all the moving averages have caught up. So this thing has a room to run. So keep an eye on that over the $53 area. So that does the list. Let's see what we got going so far, guys. We got MKC moving up. Oh wow, okay. MKC has moved up. It's done. It's over. Wow, $4 in the first 5 minutes. That's impressive. All right, so MKC's not going to really be tradable. Let's replace that with something that is tradable. Yeah, I guess a Monster. Yeah, because ITCI is going to be a little bit tough as well. It's got a bit of a range issue. We'll keep an eye on it, but I think Monster's probably the best next thing here. So there we go. All right, let me reorganize my list real fast. There we go. All right. So Baba is pulling in, and Baba's got a little bit of range issue as well. It's already done It's already exceeded its range actually in this first 5 minutes. So don't like that. Para, let's watch Para. I like this thing. Needs to get up here and over high of the day, but I do like it. SE's pulling in pretty good. Monsters needs to put in a pattern up here like 52.75. Then I'll be interested. Apple's very whippy. Coinbase, like I said, got to get under 60. Under 280 on Home Depot. So not a whole lot, guys. A lot of these stocks need a little bit of work. Need a little bit of work on some of these ideas here. Oh, she's gonna be tough. That's a pretty solid. There's three location items. We have this pivot, we have a trend line, and we have a moving average on the daily chart. And it's the third green day up, so Oxy's got more than a few issues there. What are some of the other oil stocks doing? Alright. And not a whole lot of action going on there, so stay patient. No need to rush into anything. We got plenty of time to trade. As always, if you guys have any ideas or questions or anything, make sure you throw it up in the chat log. We'll get right on it. I'm not seeing really anything right now, guys. I'm kind of watching Para, but I need to get over this pivot right there. It needs to be over 22.94. I'm not taking it under it. I got in some trouble yesterday because I took a trade that was under resistance. I'm not going to let that happen again. I have a trading plan. I need to be following it. SE is pretty sloppy. Because Monster looks to be about the best thing out right now. MNST, but it's pretty thin, I'm not gonna lie. Oh shit. 1 second. 1 second, guys. My broker got disconnected for whatever reason. Alright, there we go. Back online. There we go. Alright. So yeah, got a little bit of a spread here. Keep an eye on over high of the day though. Keep an eye on this thing over high of the day. I do kind of like this. It's got a stock split today. It looks like a 2-to-1 stock split. So maybe that'll drive prices higher. I'm not sure. Probably not going to bank on it. You're watching Tesla short drill. Let's check it out. Tesla might be able to short Tesla if it gets under this like 186, 87 area. See, the 15-minute looks a little bit better for a short idea. Yeah, under 187.50, maybe you run it down a couple bucks, but it is in a bit of a tough spot. It's kind of just chopping around here, putting in a lower or higher low. Now it's putting in like a lower high, so not a ton of clear direction here on the Tesla, at least for my trading purposes. So yeah, maybe you watch it under 187. Not a bad idea. I mean, it's definitely weak. Looks to be like one of the weakest stocks out here. Actually, Apple's pretty weak as well. Apple looks weak as well, guys. So keep an eye on the AAPL. Actually, that is my favorite idea right now is AAPL Apple. Maybe a little bit of a hiccup at 156.50, but this thing should have pretty easy room down, especially if the market's going to be weak. Yeah, the Qs are pretty weak right now. Qs are pretty weak. Coming into a little bit of support at like 304 though, so I guess we got a lot more support for them. So 305, 304, so yeah, a little bit of support there, but keep an eye on the short side, showing a little bit of weakness to start the day. SPY's putting in a bottoming tail. Buyers stepping up. I don't see anything from my list that I'm liking right now. Baba's done. Para's not done, but it doesn't look very good. It's going to be really tough to take that. SE, you can keep an eye on SE as well. Yeah, SE is probably one of the better ideas, actually. Monster's the best long idea, no doubt. I want to keep my eye on Apple short. I do like this thing. Coinbase is bouncing. ITCI is up a lot. Home Depot's looking a little higher. Oxy, guys, Oxy's strong. I mean, it's right at that area of resistance. If it puts in a pattern up here, you can definitely watch it. Got about 70 cents of range left, so yeah, you can watch Oxy. It's definitely a strong stock. This MKC is Dunzo. Let's see if we got any backup ideas doing anything. The MO, keep an eye on it. Right, so I'm gonna add MO to the list here. Adding some NO. This one should have room to about 45 bucks. I would not try to get it anything higher than 45 though. Multiple moving averages, that's where that gap fill is at. So you can watch it, but you gotta be target before 45. Yeah, thanks for the follow, Trader 2000. If you got any questions or anything, just make sure you throw it up in the chat log. Don't be shy. Don't worry about looking stupid. There's no stupid questions. I mean, there is stupid questions, but generally speaking, not with trading. Trading, there's really not a whole lot of dumb questions out there. I've only heard a few dumb questions where I'm like, really? You're asking that? So the odds of you asking a dumb question are very slim. I feel like you gotta be trying. Like you gotta think of some dumb shit and then ask it. Any for gold/oil. Oh, I'm watching the Oxy. Oxy's a oil related stock, but as for actual like crude oil, uh, don't have much of an opinion on this. I mean, it looks a little bit higher maybe, but yeah, not a whole lot of opinion right here. Gold, gold's up to. So gold's looking maybe a little bit higher here on the daily chart. Ran up, kind of putting in a bit of a bull flag. Hourly doesn't look as good. It is bouncing off this 200, but kind of triple topped up here. So yeah, we'll see if gold holds this 1940 area and comes back up to the 2000. Definitely a bullish sign, but right now, I mean, if you're twisting my arm, I'm going to say long, just because this daily is in a bit of an uptrend, but not really sold on either direction with the gold. Then SPY's looking a little bit higher here. SE's kind of putting in a bottom right now, so keep an eye on this. And I hope that was a good analysis for you guys on the Tesla and the gold/oil, but I mean, it wasn't much, but I think it's we forget that as traders, we're not predicting the market. We're not predicting the future. I'm not able to just look at any stock in the world and tell you which way it's going to go. Like if I could do that, trust me, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys. I'd be doing my own thing. I'd have Jeff Bezos shining my shoes. Like what we are doing when we're technical analysis reading, we're odds traders. We're bending the stats in our favor. We're looking at this and I'm like, I see bottoming tail, bottoming tail, bottoming tail. This signals to me that buyers are stepping up. There's more buyers than sellers in this area. That means the odds that it's going higher are greater than the odds of it going lower. Does that mean it's warranted for a long trade? Not yet. You need more confirmation. But sometimes you're looking at a chart, you might not know where it's going. It might be all over the place. You got bottoming tails, topping tails, all that stuff. So You're not going to know where every stock is going. You're trying to find the odds. What are the best statistics? What are the best odds that the stock's going to do what you want to do? And that's where building a trading plan and building a list is important, because you back test those odds and you find out that, hey, whenever it puts in bottoming tails like this and it forms a breakout pattern, the stats increase, the odds increase, So that's what you were going for. So anytime I tell someone a trader, they always ask, what does this stock look like? What do you think this is going? I'm like, you know what? Most of the time I don't know. That's why I'm not looking at 2,000 stocks in the morning. That's why I only have these 10 stocks on my list. Because these 10 stocks, from my experience and my back testing, have the greatest odds of doing what I expect them to do. And that's why I watch them. That's why I trade them. That's why I've built my list. That's why I've done my studying. I've done my back testing. This is what works for me. I appreciate you, Joel. I appreciate you, man. Coming into the stream, asking some good questions always. So, yeah. All right. I don't really see anything else on my list right now, guys. So, the pair is not looking great, honestly. It's already got a range concern. A little bit of a range concern here under resistance, so it's going to be tough to trade that long. SE doesn't look too bad. I really don't like that massive bottom or topping tail, but maybe we'll watch it for a little move higher. Monster. Man, this thing is thin, guys. I don't like how thin it is. There needs to be more volume here. It has a 1 cent spread, so the spread's good, I suppose, but not a ton of volume. Apple is honestly looking pretty good short, guys. We got some divergence in the SPY and the Qs. SPYs are at high of the day. Qs are near the low of the day, so quite the divergence so far. It's looking like the Qs are winning a little bit. Coinbase looks like a wedge. Home Depot, like I said, gotta get under 280. Gotta get under 280. And this thing's a little bit thin as well, so that one's pretty much junk. You can watch Oxy. Oxy and Mo don't look too bad, so I might throw these up on the list, actually. Mo, Prepara, then Oxy for Baba. Hey, what's up, Casey? How you doing? Yeah, Baba's... I'm not a fan of Baba. It's already doubled its range. I generally speaking, Baba does not treat me well. I mean, it is a Chinese stock, so it's not exactly correlated to SPY and Q, so that may be part of it. But yeah, I don't mind taking Baba off my favorites list real fast. All right, yeah, I don't see anything, so I'll check this trade out for you real fast, Casey. CPRT. Entry at 73. Long for sure. So this is a pretty strong stock. Nice trend. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So it's making some higher highs, higher low. It's currently in its next higher high. So breaking out up here. Stop loss of 109 for 36. I think there might be a typo there, Casey. You have $1.09. If you have a dollar stop loss, that is a little bit tight. I'm not gonna lie. Usually, you like to give them a little more room. I'd say like a $70 stop would be a little bit more appropriate. Run it up to like 78, maybe $80, 79. But I believe there's a typo there. Maybe you have a $1.50 stop loss. I mean, even that's a little bit tight though. I mean, hourly chart probably does it a little more justice. The hourly is kind of pretty extended. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. So that's if it's a $1.50 stop. I mean, if this thing retraces 50%, that's right at your stop loss. So you might want to give this one a little more room. At least I would. and it is mildly extended on that hourly chart, so be mindful of that. But I mean, it is a strong stock, no doubt about that. Should have room to about $76 where your target's at. So yeah, not bad. I think there was a typo there. Either one of the stop losses, one of those numbers was a bit off, but not a big deal. All right. Yeah, no worries. Q's kind of finding a bottom a little bit. Spies are pretty bullish, guys. Look at all these bottoming tails. Buyers are definitely stepping up right here. We are coming into this 396 area, though. I mean, that was support from yesterday, so it's likely going to be resistance today. Yeah, I'm not getting in under this area. I could get in with a 40-cent stop. That would be pretty reasonable. So I'll watch it over high today. I'm not getting in on this little flag that's forming right here. Guys, Mo looks pretty solid, honestly. This is one of my top watches for sure. And Apple, I suppose. Apple's pretty weak, guys. A lot of range left here as well, so. And it's getting down to this area, 157. It's right where this pivot is at. Look at all this junk right here. We get under that, only thing holding us up is that little toppy or bottoming tail right there. So I will be watching for an entry on Apple. Should have at least avoid down to 156, room to 154 plus. So keeping on the AAPL under low of the day. Needs a pattern. Oxy's pulling in pretty good here. So a little bit steep on the retracement. And like I said, man, a lot of selling pressure up here. Moving average resistance, trend line resistance, so a lot of selling pressure. Guys, look at them though. I'm really gonna need a better pattern. This isn't not a breakout at all. But if it cleans itself up a little bit, maybe chops around here, I will consider this. It'd be like a 14-cent stop. Oh, that's easy money. Easy money if it gets up there with the pattern. Monster, Apple. Man, look how choppy coin is. I mean, honestly, it does look higher, especially on this 15-minute chart over this area. Maybe runs up, but not for me, really. It could very easily just peekaboo and roll back over. So, just watching the Mo, watching the Monster. I can't do it on Oxy, man. Maybe if it gets over high today, I'll consider Oxy. But this buy setup right here, I just can't do it. I just know if I take this buy setup and I get stopped out on it, I will just be harping. I'll be so upset with myself. I'll be like, look at all the resistance. Look at all that. Look at that. You said it 5 times on stream, and then you went and took the trade. So I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna save myself the headache. Mo though, we'll consider some Mo. Same with SE here as well, guys. SE over high today. Still has plenty of range left, so range is really not a concern here. So this thing gets up to this $86 area and gives us a pattern. I'm gonna watch it. Monster still kind of pulling in a little bit. Needs to get back to the high today on this one as well. Apple hanging out at support. Here does not look good. Baba, man, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Woo! You can get some blood flow. Ah, Mo, guys. I'm liking me some good old Mo. Good old Missouri stock. MO, baby. The show me state. Alright, really though. 44.64, 44.49. So it would be about a 14-cent stop. So I'm going to need about a 14-cent pop. So 44.78 would be the target. So watch it. Thoughts on AMD? Let's check it out. Ooh, it's pretty weak today, that's for sure. Yeah, honestly, you can watch this for a short idea. It is a little. It's asking support right here, right now, and it is a little bit of a range concern. It's already done its average range, but this thing maybe comes up, gives you a little sell setup. Maybe you can definitely consider getting into that, or even a breakdown. Honestly, even a breakdown. That's pretty weak. Market's looking a little bit weak as well. So yeah, you can keep an eye on AMD. I'll add that to my backup list there. Yeah, not bad. Definitely a weak stock. Definitely helping drag the Qs down. That's for sure. What's the fat man doing? Yeah, Apple's weak, man. Nvidia's another one. Actually, Nvidia. If you're looking at AMD, I would probably look at Nvidia instead. This is exact same sector, but Nvidia has a little bit more range, and it's a little bit cleaner. It's putting under. I mean, if it stops right here and puts you another couple bars, it'll give you a breakdown, but it's not doing that right now. But you see how AMD and Nvidia are very similar stocks, looking very similar, but Nvidia just has a little bit more range there. But as always, make sure you guys are making these decisions based on your trading criteria. This is not my trades and my trading plan that I'm talking about. This is for you guys, so make sure you're doing that for yourself. You can potentially watch Tesla under this 187 area, but it does have some buying support, so take it with a grain of salt. Um, yeah, guys, markets are pretty weak right now. Qs look like they're making another move lower. I mean, under this 306 area, we got some room to drop on this Q. So the shorts may be the place to be today. SPY's kind of rolling over. It's struggling at that 396 spot. It's struggling up there. We get under 395. We got room to drop. So I would like to find some sort of short idea, but I'm not seeing much right now. Apple's probably my favorite idea, but it just doesn't have a pattern. Coin is choppy. HD still a viable trade under 280, so keep an eye on that. Mo, guys, Mo is holding up pretty well. I mean, the SPY just put in a wide range red bar. Oh, damn it. Look at this here. See this? Put in a wide range red bar, and Mo is just holding solid, just chopping around, a little doji bar. So I'm liking the road of strength. Mo is getting better and better. Look at coin. That is just a. You want to talk about an ugly stock with no direction. Just shaking around, man. We'll see if buyers step up. This is where those bottoming tails have been at 395 and lower. There's not going to be a whole lot of buying pressure until like 394 at least. It's going to drop at least a buck. Ooh, Mo is getting better and better, guys. Actually, I'm to the point where I'm putting my order in on Mo. 44.64, 44.49. 44.64, 44.49. So 15-cent stop. So we're gonna need 15 out of this. Ooh, money get there. All right. Give this just a little bit of room here. So Mo placed. Order is placed. Mo 44.64. 44.49. A 15-cent stop on the Mo. The SPY did just break down, but it is putting another bottoming tail here, so we will see if it holds. I really don't want Mo to trigger just yet. I want some confirmation on the SPY before that thing triggers. So, Casey, I will look at that stock in just one moment, but I don't want to be caught in something that I don't want to be in. So, right now the SPY is holding up pretty well. Look at the Qs with a big bottoming tail as well at an area of support. So, let's see if the markets bounce at all right here. I think any sort of bounce on the markets would help the Mo for sure. All right. I'll look at this real fast. I think we're good. All right, H-Row. I don't know if I've traded this stock. What is this? Health tech, pharmaceutical. You always got to be careful trading these things, man. They could gap against you really fast. But this one looks pretty smooth trading. So we're getting in up. Man, this is a really wide range green bar. It could just keep going, moving up like this, but after a big move like this consolidation is usually what happens. So big move like this, we might get a little consolidation. So you're getting in 21.75. Is this a day trade for you or a swing trade? Because that is a really tight stop. That's a swing trade. This has to be a day trade. There's no. Is this a day trade or a swing trade, Casey? And what time frame are you looking at right here? Because usually I feel like I'm looking at the daily chart for your trades, but 52-cent stop when the average range is $1.09. That is very tight. That is very tight for a swing trade. So, all right, guys. Mo is about to trigger. Mo's, I guess, not quite yet, but the SPY's bouncing, so that is good for the M. I mean, look at the buyers stepping up. They're holding 395, man, like a rock star. We get over the 396, we could see some green. So you are doing this on the daily? I mean, that's a really tight stop. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know if that would be a swing. It's like I feel like with that tight of a stop, you're either gonna hit target or you're gonna stop out within the same day, most likely. So yeah, you're up. You're extended a little bit up here. So I guess you're just kind of banking on like a. All right, guys, we are in the Mo, in MO. Just kind of expecting the continuation move up. Which I mean, that's not a bad expectation. A lot of times stocks will put in multiple green bars, but that is a pretty wide range bar. That's kind of a tight stop for a daily swing trade. You got stop loss 21.75. Stop loss I'd say let's say it's a 21, so it's like an 80-cent stop. Target 22.50. Yeah, a little bit tight there. But, all right, so we are MO just triggered us in, just peekabooed us in right on the penny. So I want to see a little bit more of a breakout right here. So this is the next 5-minute bar. So we will see. We'll start to raise my stop a little bit if this doesn't get going here soon. What is this? A 15-cent stop. So raising it by 5 cents would be a 30. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I want to see Mo getting the moving here soon. We'll be keeping a very close eye on that because, as you know, I've recently switched to more of a scalp approach with the 1R targets, not taking full losses. So definitely don't want to take a full loss on this one. All right. It's looking like it's doing all right. Markets are looking a little bit higher here as well. So if we get over 396 on the SPY, should be good to go on MO. Oxy's just kind of chopping around. I still do like Monster, but it just needs to get up to 5270 or 5280, whatever. It needs to get up to that area. I do like Apple Short as well. I want to watch Apple Short. Coinbase, if it can get under 60, yes, it's still on the radar, that's for sure. Home Depot is looking higher. Clear is going to be tough. Bow is going to be tough. ITCI is tough as well. So, all right. MO, let's get it going, brother. All right. Hold on. All right. So I'm still liking Apple Short, guys. Apple Short's probably my top watch right here. Apple Short is my top watch. Plenty of range. Looking pretty weak. Still got the MO. Still that hasn't done much. Yeah, looking good. Looking solid. We're looking at ROCC. Long entry at 40. All right, I already like this just from right away looking at the daily. I'm liking it. We got a nice base right here, hourly chart, nice base over 40 bucks. Stop loss 38.61. It's still a little bit tight on the stop loss here. I guess you're right at that 200 period moving average. Not a ton of protection, but not bad. And your target's up to 42. So a little bit of a hiccup here with that 50, but 42, not bad. You can honestly maybe run it up a little bit more, 43 or so. Look at the hourly chart. Yeah, 42. I mean, that's where some of this jump starts to come into play, but yeah, not bad. I think it would be a lot better if this thing like didn't trigger today and triggered tomorrow. Like if it just chopped around, maybe went down here and tested 39, just kind of chopped around, this would be a really nice play for tomorrow. Nice consolidation at 40. Breakout over there should be pretty good. So, all right, guys, MO, looking good. I'm gonna raise this stop up a little bit. What is this? I'm gonna raise it by 3 cents. We'll raise the stop up 3 cents. So now it's a 0.8 R risk. So not full risk anymore. We're only at 0.8 R. All right. So MO finally breaking out there. That's Oxy. No. Again, no. Don't do it. Over high of the day. Oxy over high of the day. You can watch it. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. Too much resistance. Too much resistance up here to take it under that. So, yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot else, guys. Still watching Apple short. Actually, you know what? Apple kind of has itself set up for me. Yeah, this is not too bad, guys. I'm gonna consider getting into Apple right here. About a 60-cent stop or so. Honestly, I'd like to see it come up and actually hit VWAP, put a topping tail up here, and then go. Because yeah, 50% retracement needs a little bit more room. So watch the Apple. Apple for a long or a short trade. My bad. Apple short. Watch it. I got a nice sell setup here. Consider getting in 157 or 157.60. 60-cent stop loss. You're gonna need 157.4. So basically, low of the day would be my first target. All right, you guys, MO's pulling in a little bit right here. So you want to see a little bit more of a move out of you, MO. The SPY continues to push up higher. SPY is moving on up, breaking out of this range at 396. Looking good. Hey, how's it going, Farhad? How you doing, my man? How's your swing trades looking? I know you're the swing trading type. Uh, Car, BZ. List is crazy. Well, that's the markets, man. You know, I said at the beginning of the year, and I didn't say, somebody else said it, but I repeated it. And I'll repeat it again right now. If 2022 didn't scare you out, 2023 is going to wear you out. Look at this. 2022, just massive sell-offs, total bear market. 2023 is just a whole lot of chop, man. Whole lot of indirection. You got one person saying this, you got one person saying that. You're trading some KO. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Like an entry at like 61, stop at like 59, running back up to this pivot high here, 65 ish. All right, check out the crude oil real fast. Well, one second, guys. I want to make sure I'm not missing any Apple. I'm really considering this 157 by 157.60. What's this 1 minute looking like? Honestly, the 1 minute's giving me confirmation. Mm-hmm. This is a big volume spike, but markets are still looking a little bit weak. Yeah, no, fear is high. Fear is high, and so is greed. People are like they're down. They want to get some of their money back. They're greedy, but then they get fearful, and it's just that's what causes that chop. Just indirection, indecisiveness. Ooh, guys, I think I'm about to be in some Apple. I'm liking the way this is looking short. I think we got room to drop here. A little bit of support down here, but I'll have some protection by the time I get there. So Mo is putting a red bar here as well. So we got about 40 seconds left. I'm gonna get an order ready on this. By 157.60. Right. Oh, 156.4. A little bit more. All right, guys. So I am getting my order in there on Apple. Orders in there on Apple. Short buy set or sell setup. Apple short sell setup. It's a lot weaker than the markets are right now. And the Qs are bouncing a little bit. Apple's still at low of the day. A little bit of room to drop here as well. So here, check in the chat for you. 156.98 by 157.6. Bam. There we go. Apple. Honestly, now that I'm triggered in, I'm gonna lower my stop immediately. Lower it down just a bit, 157.51. There we go. So a little bit of protection off the open. That is a little bit of a menacing bottoming tail, but I really like this weakness. I like the void we have below. It is a little bit of support right here as well. So we will see how weak this market really is. Man, I forget, we did have a speaker at 9 o'clock, didn't we? That Fed bar or whatever. I wonder if that's what that bottoming tail was from. So, all right, guys. MO still kind of hanging out right here. Popped up a little bit, pulling in. And let me check the crude oil real fast for you. Seems returning trading range seen before a banking scare. Yeah, we had quite the banking scare, didn't we? Still not over, I don't think. So, CL, crude oil. Is this crude oil or CL stock? That's stock. Yeah. Yeah, I think I was looking at this earlier, actually. I really don't have too much of an opinion on crude oil right now. I mean, it's still in this downtrend, still making lower lows. Looks like it's currently in the process of making a lower high, so probably should redraw this trend line here. That works. So yeah, got a little bit of a. Where's I put this trend line at? There you go. Right about there. So yeah, still kind of in a downtrend. And a little bit of a range here as well, under 80 bucks. So yeah, not a whole lot of opinion on crude oil. I always hated trading crude oil just because it's so manipulated by OPEC and stuff, you know. But all right, nonetheless, some bitch. Both these trades are not going where they're supposed to be going. Green bar on Apple, red bar on Mo. Let's switch that up. Damn, just peekabooed me in right there. All right, we still got VWAP, so we're still protected on Apple here. SPYs continues to run up. We're up quite a few bars in the SPYs, so maybe due for a pullback here. Q's running up a little bit. Found that support at 306. There's Oxy still chopping around, looking a little bit higher. Need to be over that 6180 area, but I do like it if it gets up there. Think we show don't go with news. I mean, look at Mo. That's a clean pattern, man. Look at that thing. That's a clean breakout pattern right there. With a little bit of a gap fill up to 45. I have no regrets taking Mo at all. We'll see if it can hold my stop. If not, if it doesn't, if it tags me out, I may consider getting back in with like a 12-cent stop. Well, I guess that's technically not a buy setup. Technically not a buy setup, so maybe not. All right. So we got the Mo, we got the Apple. Man, Apple really just peekabooed us in there. Ripped. Man, this really has been a pretty choppy morning. We got some bottoming tails. I mean, the SPYs kind of looked higher all day. Qs have been pretty weak, so it's been a divergence in the markets. So not a ton of clear direction there. Home Depot is even higher. I don't really see much on my list that I really like here, guys. I guess I added this Verizon. You can still watch this higher. Coming into a little bit of resistance up here. Up here in the 38.40 area, so not super great, but not the worst idea. Let's see. Let's hopefully Mo will hold right here, man. Need a nice green bar out of the MO. Like, I'm gonna give this 1 penny less just to give us that VWAP on our side a little bit more. All right. Coins looking higher. All right. Looks like we might be stopping out of Mo here, guys. Might be giving it up on Mo. So yeah, there it is. Some bitch. So stop Mo. All right. Well, hopefully Apple isn't. Apple's still putting in a sell setup though, honestly. Right up to VWAP, I'm still feeling pretty confident about Apple, especially when this market's moving. Man, Mo is honestly, that's just annoying. Like, that's the odds were there for us, guys. And looking at this breakout, where it's at on the daily chart with the void up to 45, like, talking about stats and stuff, I would take those as stats. I would take those odds. I think there's a higher chance of this moving up to 45 than there is this going lower. So I'd take that one again. No regrets on the MO. Apple, we did sneak into Apple a little bit early. Apple was a little bit more aggressive. If this thing stopped out, I don't have as much to say about it. But the MO, man, that's a good trade. I'll stand by that. Otherwise, I mean, we still got time to trade though. We still got a couple more minutes, so still watching Oxy over high today. Honestly, this MO, it wouldn't surprise me if it just literally just tagged out and then goes higher. I wouldn't be surprised, and honestly, I would probably be getting back in. Not getting in right here on this buy setup, pseudo buy setup, but maybe a high of the day position. We'll definitely consider. So still in the Apple, putting in a red bar right here. So maybe this sell setup is finally forming just with this green bar instead of the one that we were looking at. Markets are kind of chopping around here. Grinding higher. This is a precarious position for the markets. A lot of junk here. I mean, I'll tell you what, Oxy does look higher. $61.18, 50-cent stop. I'll tell you what, it is tempting if I can do that to myself. $0.50 stop. Ooh. Yeah, man, that's kind of tough. It does have some support. I'll tell you what. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna hold off on the Oxy. Holding off on Oxy. Doesn't look too bad. This buy setup / breakout is not the world's worst, but under VWAP, all that resistance above. We'll see. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if this thing ran back up to high today. But honestly, though, I like that volume spike up there, man. Big volume up there that high today. So yeah, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. All right. What was that stop on Mo, guys? What was it? 50. 44.50. Oh, that was almost a full R loss, man. Damn, 13-cent stop instead of 14. Ugh. That wasn't the best. Probably should have been doing a little more to protect that. All right, so we're in the Apple. I don't really have much else I'm watching here. I mean Oxy, but I just decided I'm not taking that. Too many issues with it. You can still watch SE higher, but needs some work to do. Coin chopping around. All right, for swing, look at VT and R. All right, let's check it out. VT and R swing trade. So we're looking at the daily. Doesn't look too bad. It's in an uptrend, higher high, higher low. So it's currently trying to make a new higher high potentially. I don't know about getting in right here. This is up 3 pretty big days in a row. If you got in at 850, not a bad entry. Hindsight's 2020 though, so you see on this hourly chart, we're up quite a few days, so maybe expect a little pullback to the $9 area or something before it continues high. Yeah, not a bad idea. Definitely in that early stage 2, got above that 200 period moving average. So yeah, doesn't look too bad, man. Doesn't look too bad, but getting in right here on third green day up is a little bit extended. You gotta expect some sort of pullback, whether price correction or time correction. You gotta expect some sort of pullback. As Apple's still hanging out. Honestly, the sell setup under 156.90 is looking pretty solid. Under 156.90 is not looking too bad. So, feeling all right on the Apple at the moment. Hey, look at MO. What a dog, man. Right at my stop loss. Right there at it. Man, that's a annoying trade. I'm not gonna lie. That is a frustrating trade. Tempted to get back in, honestly. 44.56. Give this thing like a 10 to 15 cent stop. Probably more like 15 cents. You basically need high of the day for target. I'm gonna keep my eye on the MO. Keep my eye on MO higher. Apple's looking pretty decent short. Putting in a better sell setup than the one that we took. Or that I took. Oh man, MO. What a dog. Yeah, markets are pulling a little bit. Man, it's been a choppy morning. It's been a choppy morning, to say the least. Don't see anything else. There's Oxy trying to move up. It would have been 61.18 by 60.68, so it would have been a 50-cent stop. You're only up 6 cents right now, like 10 cents right now, so yeah, you definitely need that high of the day area. It's off to a pretty good start though, so good stuff there. Look at that, it's already 9:30. All right, so I'm gonna be calling it a day here in a couple minutes, guys. If you have any last minute questions, comments, maybe stocks you want looked at, whatever, throw it up in the chat log. I will get to it before I head off here, but otherwise, probably gonna be calling it a day. Just the 2 trades, one on Mo, which honestly, a good trade. I liked everything about it. Just came back and stopped us out. And then Apple is a mediocre trade. It's getting better though. The way it's looking right now, if it needs a trigger on this red bar right here, but it's not looking too bad on the Apple. So we'll see if we can get that one to target. Didn't really see a whole lot else I like. This Oxy was a little bit tempting. It would be up almost a half an hour right now. There's Mo playing more games. The monster just couldn't get above that area. There's Apple. There we go, baby. So actually, I'm gonna lower my stop on Apple a little bit more. I'd like to see a bigger red bar here, but I'm gonna give it just a minute on Apple. Some coin. I'm looking at EOG Farhad for a swing, I suppose. I don't know if you're going long. I would be careful if you are. This thing is definitely a little downtrend here, so might just be putting in a higher low. So be careful. Maybe even get this on like a sell setup on the daily. So I'm not sure which way you're going with it. This is an oil stock too, so it's going to be closely related to how oil trades. So be mindful of that. But this is definitely in a downtrend, bit of a downtrend here. It does have a big volume spike. So, I mean, last time I had a volume spike that big, it chopped around and went a little bit higher. So maybe it does chop around and go a little higher here, but it is at a little bit of support in this $99, $100 area. But yeah, so not a whole lot of opinion there. Maybe it gets under $100, you short it. It probably need to do a lot more to change the trend to go long. So, all right. Nothing else on the list even worth watching, man. Nothing here. All right. Well, we call it a day, guys. Got Apple open. I'm gonna lower my stop just a little bit. 157.35. Give it a little bit of room there. But, all right, so Apple target's going to be 156.36. Original stop was 157.60. I've moved it down a little bit since then. So yeah, there it is. Apple and Mo. Apple should get to target? Hopefully, we'll see. But the way it's going right now, it looks like it will. So with that, I'm gonna call it a day, guys. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. As always, we'll be here live tomorrow morning. If you guys have any questions, comments, just send them to me via email, and I will make sure they're answered. So thanks again for tuning into the live stream and asking some great questions, guys. Man, look at Apple. Should I wait? Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Sell a few more shares for me so I can just get it out of Apple. There we go. And with that, I will call it a day. So have a great one, guys. I will see you here tomorrow morning.